What is going on, guys? It's Cameron and welcome back to Ultimate Spider-Man. Today I am reviewing issue 62 and I warn you now, get a seatbelt, attach it to your chair and strap yourself in because this is going to be the craziest issue and the ending is oh my days. So prepare yourself. Now, I'd also just like to mention that I finish university at the end of this month, so after I finished, I will then go back to uploading 2 videos a day, just like it used to be, and I can't wait for that. But without further ado, guys, let's get into this review and this comic right now. So the issue opens up, picking up pretty much directly from the previous issue the next day. And of course, we join this universe's Ben Reilly in discovering that whatever was in this test tube, whatever they created, is missing. I thought it was hilarious how Dr. Kurt Connors thought that Ben Reilly was joking about this being missing. Like, this is something that can give breakthroughs in science and technology and diseases and all of that. And Dr. Kurt Connors thinks that Ben Reilly's joking about it being gone. Now, at first you think it's stolen, you think that maybe someone else has taken it to maybe claim it as their own, and then you later realise that it was actually the symbiote that was in that test tube that's escaped itself. Like in the previous issue at the end, we saw it kind of come to life, it developed a face, and it became pretty much self-aware. And as you can see, it is killing people. And what you've got to think about is, this is all on Dr. Kurt Connors and Ben Reilly because even though it's their experiment and they have nothing to do with like it escaping or anything like that, it is their creation. So they pretty much created a monster, a weapon. So really at the minute, all of the blame will be pointed towards them for anything that this symbiote does because it is their responsibility. And that's a pretty scary thing. Now, going over to the interaction between Gwen and Mary Jane, it's really interesting to see these two characters conversing together because this is kind of almost the first time where we've seen these two characters just talking to each other by themselves without Peter Parker there or anyone else with them. And the comic does a great sense of actually putting that awkwardness across a little bit. And I love how you feel like you're in that situation yourself, like you actually feel like you're there talking to Gwen or Mary Jane, trying to push a conversation out of this interaction. And eventually it worked, and that's just awesome to see those two characters getting along. Now, going back over to these two people that are actually walking home from seeing a movie, I don't know whether I'm getting like way too into these comics, but when I was reading this, I could feel like the fear and just the realization that these people actually tried helping something and it literally turned around and killed them. What really did it for me was the fact that these two people were alone and there was no one around there to help them. Like the woman screaming, "Somebody help me." I felt like I was seeing it in real life as if I was just standing there to watch. It was horrible. I am getting way too into these comics. I'm probably going to have nightmares or something. Brian Michael Bendis and Matt Bagley do a fantastic job of bringing Carnage to life and really putting that horror aspect into the comic. Like, Carnage is a scary character, and as you can see on screen, you really feel like he's some kind of creature, like something that's out there to kill and he's actually dangerous. And I remember watching the 90s Spider-Man cartoon and being absolutely terrified of Carnage. Like, he scared the crap out of me. So the fact that Brian Michael Bendis and Matt Bagley can write it and draw it into a comic and push that through the pages to your face, that's something special and I love it. Now, going into the second half of the comic and seeing Dr. Kurt Connors and Ben Reilly, I've already said that it's their research and their creation of Carnage that is causing all of this, but what's even worse is that Dr. Kurt Connors is at the end of his rope. He's already had like failed experiments and he's kind of got a name for himself. Of course, he became the Lizard as well, caused havoc, but it's even worse now that they've created this thing, this experiment, they've been experimenting on it, research, etc., and it's literally escaped and killed people. Like, that on top of what's happened before with Dr. Kurt Connors, this will literally end his career and make him a laughingstock as a scientist. So that's what Dr. Kurt Connors is worried about. Now, going back over to Carnage, you guys are probably like, what the heck is going on? Why is he remembering Mary Jane and Spider-Man? And he looks down at his hands and they're like Spider-Man hands. Why is he remembering Gwen Stacy and Uncle Ben? Well, you've got to remember that it's Peter Parker's blood that helped create Carnage. It's his DNA. So Carnage is somewhat remembering the memories of Peter Parker and therefore thinks that he knows Gwen, he thinks that he knows Mary Jane, he remembers his address, he remembers Aunt May. So therefore, pretty much Carnage is a threat to Peter Parker and everyone he knows. And as you could see there, he was mimicking the swinging actions of being Spider-Man. He's got this memory of being able to be flexible and do all these somersaults and like, basically he is Spider-Man. And this is where the craziest part of the comic comes to. I was in absolute shock when I first read this. You've got to know Gwen Stacy as a character, you've got to love her, you've got to hate her, you understand where she's coming from, she's been through so much, she's on good terms with Mary Jane, she lives in this loving house with Aunt May and Peter Parker, and she gets there and Carnage is waiting for her in the back garden, and it's totally unexpected. Like, imagine this comic first releasing years ago. The comic releases, and then towards the end of the comic, Carnage gets a hold of Gwen Stacy, and as you can see on screen, he's beginning to suck the life force out of her, and he kills Gwen Stacy. Carnage of the Ultimate Universe kills Gwen Stacy. And honestly, I think this is one of the most shocking moments in the entire Ultimate Spider-Man series, because you've got to know Gwen Stacy on a personal level, you know everything that she's been through. It's like Mary Jane suddenly dying. Like, you've known her from the very start. So imagine when this comic came out, and everyone's reading it and they're just like, oh yeah, this is good, and then they get to the final page and Carnage kills Gwen Stacy. Like, I have no idea what to say, like, especially the final page as well, when it goes down and it's just a crippled, life force drained hand in the grass. And what I really love is the bracelets around Gwen Stacy's wrist that's just lying there in the grass. It's kind of like symbolizing that Gwen Stacy has actually gone. Like, a brilliant life has been taken all of a sudden, and it's so well done, but it's so heartbreaking to just watch it happen. And I think the worst thing about this is the after effects that are going to follow after this. Like, technically this is all Dr. Kurt Connor's fault, but it's also not. But he will get blamed for it, but he won't as well. And it's going to affect Peter Parker, and it's definitely going to affect Mary Jane as well. Oh my god, the aftermath. The ripples, absolute craziness. But guys, that is the end of the issue. What did you think? Let me know in the comment section below. I've read this issue before, I've read the entire series before, and these moments like this, they literally stay with you forever. Like, you are not going to be, oh my god, it's crazy. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10, simply because of how scary Carnage is. He puts across this horror presence. You really feel like he's something that shouldn't be trifled with, like he's dangerous. Or should I say it is dangerous, because it's not exactly a person. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Cletus Cassidy doesn't exist in the Ultimate Universe. He might exist, but he isn't Carnage. Carnage is like its own thing. So yeah, that is the end of this video, guys. That is the end of this review. What did you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button on this video, hit the subscribe button. Go to the links in the description to follow me on Twitter to see when the next Ultimate Spider-Man review is going up, or whatever video is going up next, and if it is going up or when it's going up, etc. Follow me on my Facebook page as well to stay up to date on all the latest in comic book news and updates. And I will see you guys in my next video.